What's up, guys? Jason here, back to the channel, and tonight I'll be doing a review for Smackdown and Rampage, all that stuff. So here we go. Let's get to it. Then we're gonna do this quick because I'm gonna have to go to bed a little early because of the WWE Elimination Chamber and all that stuff. So because where I'm at, it starts at 3 o'clock a.m. and then well, the pre-show starts at 3 a.m. and 4 o'clock is the main show. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed early. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do SmackDown first. All right, Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton. We see live shots of Oh, by the way, this is a taped SmackDown, so this Leon know. We see live shots of LA Knight, Liv Morgan, and Tiffany Stratton. Excuse me, arriving to the venue and walking the hallways backstage with their bags. We then, excuse me, we then shoot inside the arena where we hear the familiar sounds of the theme music of Bianca Belair. Out comes the EST of WWE in street clothes, as she is not scheduled for a match. After she settles in the ring, a video package airs to promote the Women's Elimination Chamber match tomorrow in Perth, Australia. Belair stays at ringside, takes a seat to get an up close and personal view of our opening contest with That Said Liv Morgan theme hits, and out she comes to continue her Liv Morgan revenge tour. She sells in the ring to a nice pop and her music dies down. By the way, this whole show had too many commercials tonight, so yeah. So here we go. Now the entrance tune for her opponent and plays Out Comes Tiffany Stratton, the former NXT Women's Champion, make her way to some boos from the Salt Lake City crowd. She sells in the ring and the bell sounds to get this one officially up and running. We see Stratton avoid the fight early on, rolling out to the floor, letting the crowd boo her while babbling about how it's Tiffany time. When she does finally get in the ring, Morgan jumps off to the offensive lead early on. We head to a mid-match commercial mid-match break, which is commercial break, as Stratton starts to take over. When we return, we see Stratton still dominating the action and taunting Morgan verbally while doing so. Morgan starts to fight back, and then the fight spills out to the floor in front of Belair. Belair ends up getting involved, and the distraction leads to Morgan being pinned by Stratton. So the winner is Tiffany Stratton. All right, backstage, Drew McIntyre talks about how if he doesn't win the men's Elimination Chamber match on Saturday in Australia, his comeback will have been pointless and as big of a failure as CM Punk was. The crowd boos. Eventually, we see Bobby Lashley walk up and interrupt him. He explains why he's gonna win and reminds McIntyre of when he beat him up at WrestleMania 37. He laughs and walks off as Drew looks pissed. We head to another commercial break on that note. So yeah, another backstage. When we return, we see Shanti the Adonis in his house trying on different looks as he gears up for his big comeback. After this goofy segment wraps up, we shoot to the commentary desk. Corey Gray sets up a video package looking back at The Rock and Roman Reigns' appearance on last week's SmackDown and their message to Cody Rhodes. We then see footage of the Bloodline attacking Cody during his match on Raw, resulting in his first singles loss in quite some time. After the package wraps up, we see Roman Reigns messing with Jimmy Uso, asking who told him to do what he did on Raw. He then reveals it was actually he who called the play, and he commends Uso for playing it out to perfection. Paul Heyman comes in and says Grayson Waller is here. Reigns says send him in. We head to another break. So yeah, next match is Braun Breaker versus Dante Chen. Alright, we see Braun Breaker warming up in his dressing room after some WWE Elimination Chamber footage is shown from social media. We check back inside the Delta Center where Breaker's theme hits. Out comes the former NXT World Champion for his SmackDown in-ring debut. Already in the ring is Breaker's opponent, Dante Chen. The bell sounds where official off and running this one. Braun starts dominating the offense straight out of the gate. He runs the rope super fast, leading to Gray's point out he has been clocked in at over 20 miles per hour running the ropes, the fastest ever recorded. Breaker hits a couple of big lariats, which they call Steiner lines. like Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner. Clotheslines were always referring to back in the day, and then ultimately finishes chin off with a picture perfect spear for the pinfall victory. So yeah, Braun Breaker won. Alright, backstage, Caleb Braxton is backstage with the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough promised victory in their tag team tilt against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne tonight. Then Damian Priest and February talk about how they're going to beat them at the WWE Elimination Chamber Perth when their tag titles are on the line tomorrow. The Judgment Day theme hits and off goes Dom and JD. The two make their way out and head to the ring for our next match of the evening. As the duo settle inside the square circle, we shift gears and head to a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return from the break, we see Elektra Lopez confront the LWO duo Walking Wild and Cruz del Toro. She taunts him for turning on Santos Escobar and not being loyal to Legado del Fantasma. Santos and his new goons, Humberto and Angel, beat them down and tell them this is just the beginning. Alright, back inside the arena, the theme for the new Catch Republic duo Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne hits. They made their way out and settle in the ring. The bell sounds. Never forget this one. McDonough and Bate kick things off for their respective teams. Following some brief back and forth action, we head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see Dom and McDonough controlling things until the new Catch Republic gets the much-needed tag. Bate and Dunn fire up with unique double team offense and ultimately hit a double tire driver for the win. After the match, Balor and Priest come out, but get beat down for their efforts. So the winners are Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Alright, next one is the Street Profits versus the Authors of Pain. We shoot backstage to a quick segment where Kevin Owens and Logan Paul interact briefly. Paul Heyman and Chris Ward also enter the scene. They all agree that they aren't fond of the prize fighter. Now we return inside the Delta Center, where the theme for the Street Profit hits, and out comes Montez Ford and Andrew Dawkins, accompanied by the almighty Bobby Lashley. We head to a pre-match commercial break. As we settle in the ring, when we return from the break, we see Dakota Kai limping and being helped to the trainer's room. The commentators ask what happened to her while making it clear she cannot stand her own weight right now. Back inside the Delta Center, the lights go out and the theme for the final Testament hits, and out comes the Authors of Pain for the schedule team bout, accompanied by Karrion Kross, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering. The bell sounds were showing this one. So yeah, after some early action, we shift gears and head to a mid-match commercial break as the AOP continue to dominate the offense. When we return, we see much of the same for the next several minutes until finally Ford breaks up a pin attempt to keep the Street Profits alive. From there, we see Ford and Dawkins fire up offense and take over the duo, hit a huge avalanche blockbuster off the top rope for a close near fall. As they continue to dominate, we see interference from the Final Testament guys lead to Bobby Lashley getting involved. He is beating down the Final Testament guys at ringside until his arm is smashed into the steel ring post and then blasted with a steel chair by Karrion Kross. Meanwhile, in the ring, the AOP capitalized on the chaos and hit their double team finisher for the pinfall victory. So the winners are Authors of Pain. Alright, we check in with Dakota Kai, who is having her ankle / leg checked on by doctor's wound. Smackdown general manager Nick Aldis comes in to see how she is. Bailey also pops in and asks and she can have a moment alone with Dakota Kai. After everyone leaves, Bailey asks Kai what happened. She said she was left alone in the locker room with the Kabuki Warriors. They attacked her. Bailey and said that shouldn't happen. She said she should have been there she said she's going to make them pay. Kai says again how she's got Bailey's back. We had to another commercial break after this wraps up. Alright, when we return from the break, we see a look inside the Bud Light locker room. Roman Reigns clears the room and is left alone as the wise man Paul Heyman walks in with Grayson Waller. After Waller takes a seat, Heyman walks off. Reigns tells Waller he's got something to tell him. That is for his ears only. With that said, the camera cuts away and they are left alone to talk. Alright, main event time is LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. main event time. When the quick Reigns and Waller backstage segment wraps up, the commentary duo of Corey Graves and Wayne Barrett will run down the lineup for tomorrow's morning's WWE Elimination Chamber Perth premium live event in Australia. The theme for LA Knight hits, and now comes the megastar to a big pop from the Salt Lake crowd. He sells inside the square circle for our final match of the evening here on the WWE Elimination Chamber Perth Go Home episode of WWE Friday Night Smackdown. On that note, we shift gears into a pre-match commercial break. When we return, the theme for the Scottish Warrior hits, and out comes Drew McIntyre. Before the match begins, Logan Paul's theme hits, and the WWE United States Champion comes out. Paul joins Graves and Barrett on special guest commentary for this main event bout between Knight and McIntyre. The bell sounds for running with this one. After some brief back and forth action, we had to mid-match commercial break as Kevin Owens comes out to also join in on commentary as we settle. Back from our final commercial break of the evening. We see Owens and Paul breaking on commentary as Knight is getting pummeled by McIntyre in the ring. After some back and forth action, we get to the finish, which sees all hell breaks loose as Owens gets bumped and then get involved. We see Owens hitting everything that moves with stunners. McIntyre ends up laying out Owens and he stands tall as it seems. The show is going off the air. On that note, we see Randy Orton appear behind McIntyre in the ring. Drew turns around into an RKO from that move. The stunners, with stunners, McIntyre ends up laying up Owens, and he stands tall as it seems. The show is going to go off the air. On that note, we see Randy appear behind McIntyre in the ring. Drew turns around into an RKO from the Apex Predator. Orton closes the show on the ropes, posing as his theme plays, and the commentaries plug WWE Elimination Chamber. That's how this week's show's finish. So, okay. So the winner is no contest. So nobody won the match. Alright, go to Aew Rampage next. Alright, first match is Top Flight and Action Andrade versus Private Party. Matt Sydal versus Penta El Zero Metal Commander and Brian Keith. Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Tony Schiavone join in on commentary alongside Excalibur as we head to the ring for our opening contest. All 9 men in this 3-way trios bout are already in the ring, kicking things off for their respective teams are Matt Sydal and Action Andre. After some early back and forth action, we see the Bounty Hunter and Isaiah Cassidy tag in as the legal man. Cassidy works over, and then tags in Mark Quinn, who picks up where he left off, taking it to the Bounty Hunter as the fans cheer him on. Keith tags in Penta El Zero Metal. Penta and Quinn go face to face. They trade taunts and chants, and then do a big dramatic back and forth comedy spot before getting back into the action. Penta pushes Quinn. Dante blinds tags himself, and all 9 men hit the ring at once, and everyone brawls all over the place. We had to a mid-match commercial break. On that note, when we return, we see several big high-flying spots and double team spots leading to the finish, which sees Penta El Zero Metal and Brian Keith pick up the big win after Penta hits a fear factor and an entertaining opener. So the winners are Penta El Zero Metal Commander and Brian Keith. Alright, next one is the Young Bucks versus Johnny Lyons and Cappuccino Jones. Great name, Cappuccino. Backstage, Soraya and Hardy Cameron talk about their recent issues with Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker and other Outcast-related business before bringing in Soraya's brother, Zack Knight, formerly known as Zack Zodiac. They announced that he is now #All Elite. Inside the arena, the theme for the Young Bucks hits, and out comes AEW EVPs Matthew and Nicholas Jackson for our next match of the evening. Already in the ring are their opponents Johnny Lyons and Cappuccino Jones. The bell sounds were official from this one straight out the gate. The Jackson brothers beat down Lyons and Cappuccino. The fans actually try and get a Cappuccino chant going at one point, but to no avail. The Young Bucks hit their newly named Tony Khan trigger for the win. Interesting. After the match, they take issue with Justin Roberts for not seeing Nicholas and Matthew Jackson instead of Nick and Matt when announcing them as the winners. They then, excuse me, sorry, asked Tony Schiavone to get in the ring. They promised they won't hit him. They then claimed they tripped over a shoelace, and that's why they accidentally knocked him down. As part of their apology, they gave Schiavone a $20 gift card to Best Buy. I thought it was Amazon. They also sarcastically apologized for not being able to get the blood stains from staying out of their white suits. Schiavone has said they'll pay back the $1,000 fine. They say they can't do that. They sent a message to Sting and Darby Allin and then wrap up. We head to another break. Okay, guys, the winners are the Young Bucks. So if y'all see my camera mess it up, it's not. I'm not even touching nothing, so it's not me. All right. So Anna Jay versus Mariah May. When we turn from the break, we see Tony Schiavone still standing in the ring. He introduces his guest at this time. Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, makes his way down to the ring. He talks briefly, but is interrupted by Don Callis. Callis gets in the ring and insults Guevara, calling him a cock before getting blasted for it. This brings in Powerhouse Hobbs, who brutally attacks and beats him, Guevara leaving him laying. Alright, from there we shoot to a quick word from Sky Blue backstage. Julia Hart enters the camera shot and vows to dig 3 Garys for Chris Stanlander, Willow Nightingale, and Stokely Hathaway. She asks who wants first. Sky, who says whoever has the balls to step up and fight her. So here we go. Backstage inside the arena, the theme for Anna Jay hits, and out she comes. The commentators talk about her coming up short recently against Queen Aminata. The theme for Mariah May hits, and out comes the timeless Tony Starr. Biggest fan, the Bell Stallions were officially running with this one. Jay and May mix it up early on, trading offense until Storm's Prodigy sells into a comfortable lead. On that note, we shift gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. As this women's singles bout continues, when we turn, Mariah May hits her finisher for the win. So we have Mariah May as the winner. Alright, main event time. Roger Strong versus Jay Hagar. But first, we shoot backstage where Renee Paquette is standing by with Ruby Soho and Angela Parker. She mentions the commentary. She mentions the comments from Saraya early on. Soho says it's weird that Saraya is trying to set her up with her brother. She talks about how great her date was and decides she wants to invite the camera crew to their next date just to rub it in Saraya's face. Parker tells Soho she's hot when she's mad. We head to another commercial break. When we return, the entrance music for Jay Hagar plays, and out comes a former Inner Circle and JAS member accompanied by a local Tulsa sports team mascot. He heads to the ring for our final match of the evening, and his music dies down. The theme for his opponent hits, and out comes the Undisputed Kingdom duo Mike Bennett and Matt Taven accompany Roger Strong to the ring for this headline contest. The bell sounds officially off and running with this one. Hagar's shoulder is heavily taped. The two getting after it with Hagar blasting Strong with some vicious chops to set the tone early on. Hagar ends up getting Strong down and works him over with his superior amateur base and submission grappling background. As Hagar goes to work on Strong in the corner of the ring, with punches, we shift gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see Strong has Hagar on the defensive commentaries, inform us Strong has been dominating throughout the break. We see things get close to the finish when the Undisputed Kingdom confront the Tulsa mascot that Hagar came out with. Confetti explodes everywhere. Orange Cassidy ends up running down to make the save for Hagar, returning the favor did for him earlier this week. Cassidy throws Hagar his favorite purple bucket hat. He puts it on and and hulks up, but ultimately Cassie gets taken out by the numbers, gaining a disadvantage to the Undisputed Kingdom on the floor, and this leads to Strong hitting his finisher on a hanger for the win. So that's how the show ended. So yeah, the winner is Roderick Strong. Damn, thought Jake Hager was gonna win at first, but anyways, so yeah, it was all good shows and stuff because yeah, for WWE because tonight, in the morning, which 2 a.m. in the morning, but yeah, that's why I'm making this video early for Smackdown and Rampage and all that stuff. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't worry about the camera messing up and stuff. It's not me. Uh, trying to get fixed, whatever. But anyways, that was it for this video, and I hope you enjoy it. If not, whatever. So like and subscribe, favorite, and all that stuff. So I'll be I'll see you guys in the morning for after WWE Elimination Chamber at Perth. So thank you and see you later.